There's a few other time management strategies that we've touched on certain concepts of each of them before, but give you different perspective if maybe the Pomodoro technique or the time blocking technique may work for you, but you want to do a little bit of a hybrid. By all means, let's add a couple different ones into the concept. That way it can be more specific for whatever you best would like to try. So there's a strategy known as Eisenhower Matrix, which it pretty much breaks down urgent versus important into different quadrants. So it's prioritizing your schedule. So when we said with the time blocking, what are the main priority tasks and what are the other tasks? With this Eisenhower Matrix, it's what is urgent that needs to get done immediately, what is urgent but maybe doesn't need to get done right away, and then what is not urgent but you probably want to get done sooner, and then what is not urgent that you can push off to the end. Sure. So there's about 4 quadrants there, and then whatever the tasks you need to get done, you can prioritize those throughout your day too.
I tend to do a lot of prioritization with my tasks. I find it to be very helpful, especially efficiency-wise.
Yes.
When you're doing the things that are the most priority first, you tend to get the most outcome. And example, maybe calling and knowing that you're going to have to be on the phone waiting for a while. I'll literally give you a thing that I had to do the other day. I had to call Cox to try to figure out my bill because they are overcharging me for something.
Internet, right? Cox Internet.
And then I also had cleaning the kitchen on my, and I was like, okay, I would love to just go and clean. It's mindless and I know I could get it done, but I also don't want to wait on the phone. But I know that'll help my money-wise, bill-wise, and I know I need to get it done. So priority, urgent, save some money, probably more important, I can clean anytime. These are the things that you can tend to do. There are those tasks that you can put into these quadrants, and I do find that when I do pick the ones with more priority, even though at the time it's harder to do, you just know that those do accumulate. It 100%. Does end up accumulating.
And I like that, combining the tasks together, because I'm right there with you. I always mentally drained when I try to go into longer phone calls I don't want to have.
Yep.
It's just, the stress.
Doing the not fun stuff every day.
Now there's another strategy known as eat that frog, and that's where you want to do the hardest thing earlier on in the day, so it helps with procrastination. I think that's going back to your point with Mark Cuban. I think also you have to understand, are you a morning lark, night owl as well? So there's a little bit of that, but that is another concept. Another one is time tracking, where you analyze your week time logs and you find where there's times where it opens up time that you may not realize, whether you're logging what you're doing every single day for maybe a day, a couple days straight. I think most people realize anytime they're on their phone, those are the times that you can optimize.
You're going to look back at that week and you're going to say, wow, I was on my phone for 15 hours this week, 20 hours. That's a part-time job.
Ooh, yeah.
So I do think most people you're going to find some time that if you feel like your life is chaotic and you don't feel like you're managing it appropriately, if you add that into your life, I bet you can find some hidden time to help you with the rest of your activities.
Well stated.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then another strategy is the 2-minute rule. So if there's any tasks that take less than 2 minutes, drop what you're doing, go do it. But I think you can be smart with that. What you did with the phone call working and the other tasks, cleaning the house, I think that's incredibly smart as well. So maybe those, in terms of a time blocking calendar, those could be maybe not the highest priority tasks, but small tasks that you need to get done. And then if you have time, just work those into your day. Or when you take small breaks with the Portobello technique.
Pomodoro,
thank you. I knew I wasn't saying it right. That's funny. So yeah, those are a couple different ones. And there's another one known as getting things done, or GTD, where the main purpose is you capture, clarify, organize, reflect, and engage. So it's a different system in terms of assessing what you're doing, reflecting, can you optimize it, and then try to tweak to make it better. So I think that's a different one off to the side, but you can see what works maybe better for you or not.